Hello friends, and welcome to the start of a new restoration project. The pipe I'm going to be restoring in this round is one that I teased a bit in one of my weekend chat videos a few weeks ago. This is the Jumbo that I got from an eBay auction, and this is the only pipe from that lot that was not nailed to something. And if you don't know what I'm referring to, I'll link to that chat video down below so you can take a look and see just how sad and unfortunate his friends were. But this pipe's actually not in bad condition at all. I think this is going to clean up nicely, and I think we don't have much but a cleanup job here, so this is not really going to require any significant restoration work. The pipe itself, I wanted this. This is the pipe that I hoped to get from the eBay auction, so it's really the one that I was bidding on, and I was very happy that I was able to win it. I've been looking for a custom built. This is not a custom built, but it's in the style of a custom built. So it's something to work on while I continue to look for an actual custom built. This is, let's see if I can get the stampings in focus for you here. This is labeled, as you can see there, Jumbo in cursive right here, and then Benchmade. And then further down here we have a very simple imported, and you will not be able to see it. I mean, I can barely pick it up, but there is a briar down here. Just the stamping's very weak. And then there's this sort of crown logo between the words imported and briar. Now, it's a bit of a mystery because Benchmade is a series of pipes that were made by a guy named Robert Marx. And Robert Marx made pipes under the Marxman name. Marxman was a company that Robert Marx started in, I believe it was sometime in the 1930s. And he made a variety of lines, one of which was Benchmade, and one of the Benchmades was the Jumbo. So that all lines up quite well. Marxman was eventually purchased by Mastercraft, and we've talked about Mastercraft before in relation to the LL Bean pipe. Mastercraft was a very large importer of pipes. They bought pipes from just about everyone and resold them, and eventually Mastercraft was acquired by Grabo. However, Mastercraft was independent in the 1950s, and in early 1950s they acquired Marxman from Robert Marx. So the thing that's confusing about this pipe is that while it appears, all the Benchcraft pipes had these very obvious router-like rustications on them, similar to what you see on a custom built. They were using the flawed briars that couldn't be used in the smooth pipes, and doing this rustication because it was easy and a way to make a sellable pipe out of an otherwise flawed block. But what's unusual is that all of the Marxman pipes had the word Marxman on them somewhere, and I can find no evidence of a Marxman stamping on this. I've looked all over the pipe. I've looked very carefully with a magnifier on. It doesn't seem like anything's been removed here. It just doesn't seem to have ever been stamped Marxman. So there's a couple of possibilities. I mean, this may have been one that just wasn't stamped. It may have been a second, and maybe Marx didn't put his name on the seconds. Or it may have been that after Mastercraft took over, they did not put the Marxman name on, although I have never seen, just searching for this information on the net, I have not seen any other Benchmade Jumbos that do not have Marxman written on them. So it's a bit of a mystery, but in all ways this does appear to be a Marxman, and it's certainly it's the same cursive Jumbo that's on the Marxmans, so I'm pretty confident that that's what we have here. It doesn't matter. It's a nice hefty piece of briar. The walls are very thick, and the bowl, once it's reamed out, is going to be a nice big bowl. So this is the kind of pipe I like, and that's really why I've been looking for the custom build. I like these heavy, big bowled pot type pipes, and I think this shape, I'm horrible at identifying pipe shapes, to be honest with you. It's a bit embarrassing, but I would call that a pot. If anybody wants to disagree with that, I'd love your opinion. So what we have here is, like I said, basically a cleaning restoration type project. Not as far as I can tell is there going to be any major work. Obviously, reaming is going to be is desperately needed here. As you can see, doesn't look like it has been reamed in a very long time. What is interesting about this, and I will actually do some of this reaming on video, because this is a case where the ball is in danger of going out of round. So you can see right in here, this has been reamed off center. So the center of the bowl should be somewhere around here, and well, around here actually, and the center of the hole is actually closer to around here. So this has been moved off center. There's a lot more cake on this side than over here. So if I just drop a reamer down in there and start reaming it, there's a danger that I will be reaming wood away on this side while I'm still reaming cake on this side. So I'm going to need to recenter this, and I'll do that with basically with a penknife to try to bring that back into round before I use the reamers. And I'll show you how I do that. Otherwise, it seems to be in fairly good condition. There might be a bit of scarring around the rim, but that's okay. I'm not going to top this. I'm not going to sand off the top because it is a beveled top, and I want to maintain that. I will clean this, and I'll show you how I go about cleaning something like this without taking the finish off. And if all goes well, we will just clean this and then buff it and wax it. The stem is going to need some cleaning, but other than that, it doesn't seem to be in terrible shape. There's a few small bits of tooth chatter here that I may try to lift out with some heat, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. And it's lightly oxidized, so this is not going to be a major job. The tenon seems to be in relatively good shape. No issues there at all. The airway is open. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but well, that's not going to work very well, is it? There we go. So the airway is open. The airway here is barely open, but well, it doesn't look too bad, but it is quite occluded. So we're going to have to get some reamers down in there and get that opened up again after we ream out the bowl. So not a difficult job. I don't think this is going to take very long, but it should be a fun project, and we'll see how this goes. So my plan would be, I want to show you this reaming because it's a little bit different than what we've done before, and I want to show you how I clean this, which is nothing complicated, but that'll be one video. I'll do the stem off camera because you've seen plenty of stem work at this point, and then we'll put it back together again. So that should be about it, unless we run into any surprises. So I'm not looking at this being a very long series, probably one more video, if even that. We may be able to do this in just, well, I'm sorry, maybe two more videos, if even that. I'm thinking that, well, anyway, it'll be another one or two videos. We may have this finished in the next video. So I hope you enjoyed looking at the pipe and hearing a bit about the history. I will look forward to working on it, and hopefully you'll learn something. If you know anything about these pipes, if you know anything about Marxman, Benchmades, or the Jumbo logo, I'd love to hear about it. And otherwise, I will look forward to talking to you again soon. Please feel free to comment, like, subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and I'll see you next week with the next steps in cleaning up of this pipe. Thank you all. Take care, and goodbye now.